Hey everyone, and welcome back to the JumpCut Play YouTube channel. It's me, Sam, again. I hope you've all been doing well. It's been a little minute since we made a video. Do apologise for my voice, I'm a little bit under the weather, but this news is just too irresistible to talk about. It came out last week that Remedy and Rockstar Games are working on Max Payne 1 and 2 remasters, or complete rebuilds rather. And as somebody that's a huge fan of this franchise, I just really wanted to get into it and talk about it. The big surprising thing that sticks out to me initially with this news is that it's not just a straight remaster of the existing games, so the PS2 versions, Xbox versions. It's a complete rebuild, and it's being financed by Rockstar Games. They're going to give it a budget that's like quote-unquote akin to a AAA game, and Remedy are going to be handling the development of it, and they're going to be using the engine that they used for Control. That sounds good. My only concern is, as somebody that thinks that Max Payne 3 is pretty much like the apex of this franchise, I hope it has that kind of feel. And obviously that was built in-engine by Rockstar. Max Payne 3 is complete Rockstar production, built on the Rage engine, all by them, no affiliation with Remedy. I hope it has that same sense, just getting into the gameplay rather, of that weighted, really just strong gunplay, because Max Payne 3 just plays unlike anything else that I've ever played in the third-person genre. I still maintain, in my opinion, it's the best third-person shooter probably in the last 10 or so years. The story might be a little wishy-washy at times, but I still think it's the strongest of the franchise. It just takes the ideas of the core gameplay and just amplifies it to like 20. It's an incredible game from that point of view, and I'm hoping they retain that in these remakes. Another kind of thing I worry about though, don't delist the original ones, because obviously they had this issue with the GTA trilogy remasters that came out a few months ago. They took off GTA 3 and Vice City and San Andreas, they took them off the store completely, and obviously people backlashed and now they're back on the store, but you know, people want to revisit those originals experience. I like playing the original Max Payne as it is. Got a lot of fun memories of playing that, probably when I wasn't old enough to be playing it, and probably shouldn't have been, but you know, that is what it is. But it's exciting, and I think we're in this almost like renaissance at the minute, like when movies a decade or so ago started going through this remake period where we'd get IPs from the 80s and we'd just remake them in a modern way, whether it was Footloose or the 21 Jump Street films that were pretty good. Everyone was looking for an IP to kind of rejuvenate for the modern era, and it seems like we're going through this now with video games. And while these games that are getting remastered might not necessarily be as old as the Max Payne ones, because Max Payne 1 is like, what, 20 years old now, we're in this interesting like just remake period, and I think it's cool because technology is evolving, it's an obvious statement, and people want to revisit their favourite games with a fresh coat of polish. But there's a caveat to that. Do we still want loads of remakes all the times, or do we still just want, you know, fresh IP, new ideas, new evolutions? There needs to be a balance between the two, and I'm a bit worried as we go through this remake period that one or the other's going to take over and become more prevalent. But anyway, that's not really related to Max Payne. I'm so excited for what this could be. It sounds like from the statement they put out, it's very, very early days development-wise, so I expect that we probably won't see anything from this till maybe end of this year, early mid next year. You know, game development takes a long time. It just needs to retain that essence that made those games so unique at the time, because there wasn't a lot of games going in for that kind of, you know, bleak noir tone. It separated itself really from the norm, and that was mainly due to budgetary concerns at the time, with Max Payne 1 opting for the graphic novel panels, because, you know, it's expensive to do cutscenes and stuff like that, so doing these like graphic novel panels with staff that worked at Remedy, you know, saved them the budget and was a creatively genius choice it turned out to be. Max Payne 2, on the other hand, that game is so just unappreciated in my eyes. Yeah, it reviewed well, but it did not sell very well when it came out, and I feel like now, with it getting this new coat of polish, people are going to be able to appreciate that game more, because it really is a gem. It does beg one question in my mind though, and that's whether Max Payne 3 will receive the same kind of treatment. I mean, if you play it on a PC now, like my laptop isn't amazing, it's got good hardware in it, but it's not amazing, but I can run that game, you know, pretty much full settings in 2K resolution, and it looks fantastic. Will it get that same treatment going forward? could we get a Max Payne 3 remaster of sorts. Obviously it came onto Xbox a few months ago via backwards compatibility. It doesn't quite run that well in my opinion. Some of the textures aren't great. I think it just needs a little bit more love, you know, just needs a patch. Simple as that. Well, not simple, but you know what I mean. But the Max Payne games are really influential on the third person genre, and I just hope to get the love they deserve, and I'm sure they will. I'm interested to see what you guys think. Are you worried about these remasters? Are you excited? And what would you like to see remastered other than Max Payne? Is there a game that you're just hoping gets, you know, a little bit of love in the future? Let us know in the comments down below, or tweet us at JumpCut_play. And as always, thank you for watching the video. Leave a like if you did enjoy it, subscribe if you're new to the channel, and we'll see you again soon.